Welcome to the Lure of Temptation. Each story is a personal encounter with weakness, through which each person will rise up to escape the traps of temptation around. And today we come to the topic, change your habits, the first step to recovery. Recovery is a journey, one that often begins not with grand gestures or dramatic moments, but with the small decision to change our daily habits. When life feels overwhelming, when addiction or unhealthy behaviors start to control your time, mood, or relationships, the idea of transformation might seem daunting. But the first step to recovery is not about climbing a mountain in a single leap. It's about choosing, day by day, to nurture healthier habits, to learn from setbacks, and to believe that change is possible, even if it comes one step, one moment at a time. Changing your habits is foundational to recovery, whether from substance abuse, compulsive behaviors, or any pattern that keeps you from living the life you want. Habits are the building blocks of our days. Over time, they shape our actions, influence our thoughts, and define who we become. Unhealthy habits can quietly embed themselves into our routines, sometimes without us even noticing. They offer comfort or distraction, filling voids, numbing pain, or offering a quick escape when things feel hard. But changing your habits is not about overnight reinvention. It's about understanding yourself with honesty and compassion. It's about becoming aware of the patterns that no longer serve you, and consciously creating new ones that nurture your recovery and growth. The first step is awareness. So often our habits run on autopilot, the result of cues in our environment, emotions, or even the time of day. To initiate change, start by observing your routines. Pay attention to the moments when cravings arise, the feelings or situations that trigger unhealthy behaviors. Often, the urge to fall back into an old habit doesn't come from weakness, but from a learned response to stress, boredom, loneliness, or pain. Journaling can help. Write down the moments when you feel compelled to return to old patterns. What are you feeling? Who are you with? Where are you? Over time, noticing these triggers helps you to interrupt the cycle. You cannot change what you do not recognize. Awareness brings choice, and choice is the seed of new habits. Once you understand your triggers, focus on replacing, not just removing old habits. The void left by unhealthy patterns needs to be filled by new, supportive routines. If you tend to reach for a drink or a cigarette when you feel anxious, try substituting it with deep breathing, a walk outside, or calling a friend. If scrolling endlessly through social media is your escape from uncomfortable emotions, experiment with journaling, sketching, or physical movement as your new coping mechanisms. The goal is to develop constructive responses that meet your emotional needs in healthier ways. Don't underestimate the power of small changes. Recovery doesn't demand perfection. It asks for progress. Setting realistic, achievable goals is crucial. Start with one habit at a time. Maybe you commit to drinking a glass of water every morning, replacing your usual caffeinated beverage. Or you dedicate 10 minutes each evening to mindfulness or meditation. As you make these shifts, you reinforce the belief that you are indeed capable of change. Be patient with yourself. The urge to get better immediately is strong, but real change takes time. Studies suggest it takes weeks, sometimes months, for new habits to truly stick. You may stumble, and that's okay. Recovery is not a straight path, but a winding road with obstacles and detours. Every step taken, every choice made in the direction of health and healing is a victory. Consider the power of your environment. Our surroundings can either support or sabotage our efforts at change. Rearranging your living space, Eliminating reminders of old habits or adding inspirational notes and meaningful symbols can help make your commitment more visible and tangible. Even the people you spend time with have an influence. Seek out friends, family, or support groups who understand your journey, who encourage and remind you that you are not alone. Support and accountability are vital. Sometimes changing habits can feel isolating, especially if those around you aren't on the same journey. Reach out to others who share your struggle or who have walked the path before you. Whether through in-person meetings, therapy, or online communities, connecting with others can bring comfort and encouragement. They can offer wisdom from their own experiences and remind you that setbacks do not define your story. Equally important is self-compassion. There will be days when temptation is strong or old habits resurface. Recovery is not about never making mistakes, but about learning to respond with understanding and kindness when you do. Beating yourself up only strengthens the illusion of failure. Instead, remind yourself why you began this journey in the first place. Reflect on your reasons for change, health, relationships, dreams for the future, and use them as fuel to move forward. Establishing routines can be especially helpful. Structure brings stability when everything else feels uncertain. Start and end your days with intentional actions, however simple. A healthy breakfast, a walk in the morning light, a few pages of a book before sleep. Over time, these rituals become anchors, supporting your recovery and reminding you daily of the choice you are making to live differently. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Each day you resist the urge to fall back into harmful patterns is a triumph. Each new habit formed is a statement of hope and possibility. Allow yourself to feel proud of your efforts. Share your victories with someone you trust, and notice how acknowledging your growth reinforces your motivation to continue. As you change your habits, you begin to change your identity. Every healthy choice builds a new version of yourself. Someone who values self-care, who faces difficulty with courage, who believes in the promise of a better tomorrow. With each step, you learn that you are not a prisoner of your past, nor defined by your struggles. You are capable of reshaping your life, one decision at a time. Remember that recovery also means rest and self-nurture. Allow time for hobbies, moments of silence, laughter, and creative expression. Healing is holistic. Nurture your body, mind, and spirit. Listen to your needs and respect your limits. Give yourself permission to rest and recover without guilt or self-judgment. Above all, keep hope alive. Changing your habits is not just about avoiding harm. It's about rediscovering joy, purpose, and connection. It's about opening up to new experiences, relationships, and possibilities. Each day is an opportunity to move closer to the life you most desire. Recovery is a journey, often marked by incremental change rather than dramatic transformation. But as you take that first step, choosing to examine and change your habits, you initiate a process of profound renewal. You begin to reconnect with your authentic self, to repair relationships, to rebuild trust, and to rediscover dreams you may have set aside. The first step to recovery is courage. The courage to face the truth about your habits, the courage to believe in your own capacity to change, and the courage to take small steps, even when the path ahead is uncertain. It's about trusting the process, embracing vulnerability, and allowing yourself the grace to heal. No matter where you are on your journey, remember, you have the power to change. One habit, one day, one step at a time. Your recovery starts with the simple, radical decision to care for yourself, to make new choices, and to trust that every effort, no matter how small, holds the potential for transformation. The journey may be long, but you never travel it alone. And with each new habit, with each renewed commitment, you move closer to the life you are meant to live. Thanks for listening to my stories on the lure of temptation. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more great stories. See you next time.